Hello everyone, welcome to New Wave Coaching Classes for Mathematics. This is your host Jatin. In the previous lecture we have discussed about the arithmetic progression, what actually it is, how to find the terms in the arithmetic progression, and what is the difference between the two terms that is called as common difference. Today we are going to discuss about how to find the nth term of an AP. That could be the general form of any term of an AP also. If you remember in the previous lecture what we have done, let's see. We learned these things. The first term is denoted by a symbol A, and the common difference is denoted by a symbol small d. CD is the common difference, right? Now, if I have to find the second term, I write A plus D. If I have to find the third term, I write A2 plus D. If I have to find fourth term, I write A3 plus D. It means the thing which we discussed in the previous lecture was according that if we know the previous term, then only we can find the next term. But today we will discuss how we can find any term if we know the first term and the common difference of the AP along with the number at which that term comes. Let's see how. Now we modify these things only. If you see, I've written A3 equals to A2 plus D. Now A2, if you see from the first, can be written as A plus D. It means if instead of A2 I write A plus D, so it will be something like this: A plus D plus D, and this becomes A plus 2D. Similarly, if I substitute the value of A3 as A plus 2D in A4, what I get? I can write it as A plus 2D plus D. It becomes A plus 3D, right? Now, if I continue doing this way, it means then A5 can be written as A plus 4D, A6 can be written as A plus 5D. Now, in these few steps, what we have understood that whatever the term is there, whatever the number is here, with the number that comes is one less. So if it is 5, here it becomes 4. If it is 6, it becomes 5. It means to write the nth term, if I write an, that would be A plus. Now I have to subtract 1 from whatever the term I have to find. So that means I have to be writing it as n minus 1 into D. So this is the way how we can find the nth term of an AP. This is also the general form of any term of AP. Now, if you see carefully, there are 4 unknown things here: AN, A, N, and D. Right? So if we know 3 things, we can find the 4th thing. So, but most important, we should know the first term and the common difference. Now what we will do, we will do some of the questions from the exercise 5.2 related with this topic, that is the nth term of an AP. If you see the first question of exercise 5.2, you can see there are 5 parts given, and that is directly related with this relation. 3 of the things are given, we have to find the 4th thing. So let's see with the first question. Okay, I take the second part. Now, what is given to me is given that A is minus 18, N equals to 10, and AN is given to me as 0. What I have to find? I have to find the value of D. So what I do? I just put this relation. I write the relation AN is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, right? And then substitute the values which are given to me. So this will be 0 equals to minus 18 plus n minus 1, n is given to me as 10, 10 minus 1 into d. Now we have to simplify this thing. I substitute, just take this minus 18 this side, it will be 18 equal to 9d, and what I get, d equals to 2. So it's very simple, it's not a difficult question. I take one more part, let's take the fourth part of this question, and it's given that a is given as minus 18.9, then d is also given to me, d is given as 2.5, and an is again given as 3.6. Now what I have to find? I have to find n. Right? What I have to find? I have to find the value of n. Basically, I have to tell that I have to tell this, that at what place this 3.6 term comes in the AP, right? So again, write the formula, I write the relation of the general form, that is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. See, one thing more, be careful when you're putting the values. If it's a negative, then always put in the bracket. So this is 3.6 equal to minus 18.9. Since this is the first thing, so I can put without bracket also. But here, if any of these two things, see, n cannot be negative, but if the value of d is given as negative, then you should put in the bracket to minimize the error. So this is plus n minus 1 into 2.5. See, simplified very carefully. Again, decimals somewhat a little bit typical, because sometimes students make mistake in addition or subtraction of the decimals, right? So I take this thing on the right, on the left side, this is 3.6 plus 18.9 equals to n minus 1 into 2.5. So when I add these two, what I get, this is 22.5 equal to n minus 1 into 2.5. So I divide this side, this is 22.5 upon 2.5 equal to n minus 1. So I get n minus 1 equals to 9, and I get the value of n as 10. See, these types of questions can come in the form of statement also, right? So these were the first two parts, these were the two parts of the first question. Let's go to the next question now. Now if you see the second question, in the second question, it's an optional question, MCQ question, an AP is given and we have to find what is the correct thing. Let's see, the second part is given. Choose the correct choice in the following and justify. 11th of an AP is, so I have to find the 11th term of the AP, and the AP is given to me as, this is second question, second part. So what is given to me? This is minus 3, then minus 1 by 2, then the next term is given as 2, and so on. And what I have to find? I have to find the 11th term. It means I have to find A11. Right? I have to find A11. Now, see, whenever we have to find anything, make sure you are given, if the AP is given, then you can write the first term and the comma difference. So the first term here would be minus 3. Now finding D would be a little bit, you can say, a tricky thing. Why? Because if you see, there are negative terms in the AP. So be careful, because whenever we find D, we take the next term and subtract with the previous term. So I take minus 1 by 2 first, and then write a minus. And now the first term is, the term before this is minus 3, so I will be putting that thing in bracket, right? So what I get, D equals to minus 1 by 2 plus 3. So when I simplify this thing, what I get, D is equal to as 5 by 2 after taking the LCM. Now I have to find A11. Right? I have to find A11. See, one more thing I will tell you. See, this is the relation I have, A plus N minus 1 into D. So A11 from here can be written in the form this way also, that is A plus 10D. Right, we can write directly also because we know the value of n, just substitute the value of n here and it becomes 10D. So let's substitute the value. Now A is given as minus 3 plus 10 into 5 by 2. Right? I subtract these, cancel it out. So this is minus 3 plus 25 and what I get as A11 equals to 22. And the option is second part. So the second part is correct. Alright, so this is the way we can do these questions, very simple questions. Now let's take some parts of the third question. There are 5 parts given to us. Let's try to simplify at least 3 parts of the question. See, I do the second part first. If you see carefully what is given, there is a box first made. There is a box. And then we have 13. And we have a box. And then it is given as 3. Now, what does it mean actually? It means what I have given, this is the first term, second term, third term and fourth term. Right? Now, the second term and the fourth term is given to me. I have to find the first and the third term. Right? So, what I will do, what is given? I have got A2 as 13 and A4 as 3. So, how we can find? See, to simplify any of the part, I need to find anything in the Navy, the first term and the common difference must be there actually, right? Then only we can find the next things. Now, how we can simplify these two to find the first term and D? If you see the previous question, what I have done, I have written A11 as A plus 10D. So same way, what I can do, I can write A2 also using this relation as A plus D equal to 13. And similarly, A4 can be written as A plus 3D. Now this becomes a pair of linear equation in 2 variables, right? This you have done in the previous, in the third chapter. So the way you simplified for x and y, same way you can do for a and d also here, right? So now what do we do? We subtract these 2 equations. This a cancels out. This is minus 2d equals to 10, and I get d equals to minus 5, right? So then I substitute the value of d in this first one and I get a plus, this is minus 5 equal to 30, and from here I get a equals to 18. So first term I have got, that is 18. Now what I have to find? I have to find third term. So a3 will be, I can write it directly, a plus 2d. So this is 18 plus 2 into minus 5, and on simplifying what I get, this as 8. Right, now let's take one more part from this question. Okay, let's take the fourth part now. I think let's take the fifth part. That will be more nice to simplify. This is block, then there is 38. Then I have 3 blocks. And then it's given that it's minus 22. So again, if you follow the previous part, in the same way here also, this is the first term, second term, third, fourth, fifth and sixth term. Right? So the steps we have followed to find A and D in this part, same steps can be used to find A and D here also. Let's see what is given. This is the second term. A2 is given to me as 38 and A6 is given to me as minus 22. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is A6. Again, you can proceed the same way. This is A plus D equal to 38 and this is A plus 5D equal to minus 22. We subtract these two. Signs change. This is negative, it becomes positive because we are subtracting. So this cancels. This is minus 4D equal to 60 and I get D equals to minus 15. And I put the value of D in the first, I get A plus D equal to 38. So therefore A plus minus 15 equal to 38, or simplifying you get A equals to 53. Right? So this minus 15 goes on the other side and gets added. Right? Now what next? I have to find the first term, the third term, fourth term, and again then the fifth term. Right? So now the third term, A3, A plus 2D. So this is 53 plus 2 into minus 15. Right? So this comes out to be 23. Then A4 can be written as A plus 3D, or you can simply subtract 15 from the A3 and then also you can write it out. It's your choice. So this is 53 plus 3 into minus 15. So this is 53 minus 45, it becomes 8. And then A5 would be A plus 4D. So that is 53 plus 4 into minus 15, so this is minus 60, it becomes out to be minus 7. Right, so these are very easy, simple questions. You can try out the other parts also of this question. 2 parts I have done, rest of the parts you can do it yourself. Let's go to the next question now. Now if you see the next question, see the statement questions and the question which we have done are somewhat similar. These things can come in the form of statement also. Like if you see this question, it can be given that the second term of an AP is 38 and the sixth term of an AP is minus 22. Find the first term, third term, fourth term and fifth term. This kind of question can also come. So there is no difference. In statement question also, the first step would be to write the things which are given to us in the same way. In these questions it is already given. In the statement questions we have to find it out what are the things given to us. Now if you see the fourth question, what we are given to us, we are given, then there is an AP, 3, 8, 13, 18 and so on, right? And we have to find, if we continue writing this counting in this way only, at what number 78 will come. Like if I say 18 comes at the fourth, it means 18 is the fourth term, 13 is the third term. Same way if I continue to write, at what number 78 will come? That is the thing I have to find. So it means what is given to me, I have to find n. So an is given as 78, right? Now from the given AP I can find the first term and the common difference. So the first term would be 3 and the common difference would be, I can find it out, 8 minus 3 equals to 5. And what I have to find, I have to find the value of n. That at what number 78 will come in the given series, right? Sorry, the given sequence. So I write the relation an equal to a plus n minus 1 into d and substitute the value 78 equals to 3 plus n minus 1 into 5. So this is 75. I'm subtracting this side. This is n minus 5 into 5. Divide by 5 on the left side. What I get? This is 15 equal to n minus 1. So I get n equals to 16. So quite a simple question. Same way you can do the fifth question also. It's the same. We have to find n also. Now let's see the sixth question now. A little bit different in the sense they're asking what they're asking. Let's see. They say check whether minus 150 is a term of an AP. One AP is given to us. What is the AP given to us is 11, 8, 5, 2. So this is in decreasing AP. Now they are asking if we continue to write this in AP, that we should not be doing. If we continue to write the AP in this way, will this minus 50 will come in this AP? Will this minus 50 come in this AP or not? So what we do, we take this minus 50, minus 150 as an and we try to find n for it. If the value of n comes out to be a natural number, then it will be the term of the given AP, otherwise it will not be there. It means if n is not a natural number, it means it is either a fraction or a decimal, then it will not be, because if we are counting the terms cannot be in decimal or the fraction. So what is given to me? I can find the value of first term is 11. I can find d equals to also 8 minus 11, that is minus 3. So now an is a plus n minus 1 into d. So this is what is the same relation we are using. So this is minus 150 equal to 11 plus n minus 1 into minus 3. Very careful because negative put in the bracket. I take this 11 on this side, it becomes minus 161. I multiply this minus 3 with n minus 1, open the bracket, what I get it as minus 3n plus 3. And then again I take this plus 3 on the left side, it becomes minus 164 equals to minus 3n. This minus can be cancelled. And if I divide this 3 on the left side, I get it as 164 by 3. And if you try to simplify this thing, we will not get an exact value. What we get the value in the fraction, and the fraction value would be n will become, this is 5, 4, 2 by 3. So since n is not a natural number, so minus 150 is not the term of the given AP. So this is what we are going to write here. So we write, since n is not a natural number, so what we write? So we write that minus 150 is not the term of given AP. Right? So quite a simple question. Let's take one more. See, the way we have done the third questions, two parts, same way you can do your 7th, 8th and 9th question also, there is no difference. I just take one more part from here. One more question I will do. I take the 9th question. It's given that the third term is given as 4 and the 9th term is given as minus 8. They are asking which term of an AP is 0. Right? So what I have to find for this, I have to find that an is 0. And for this I have to find the value of n. So what is the first thing? I have to find a and d. And how? I simplify these two things. So I can write this as a plus 2d equals to 4. A plus 8d equal to minus 8. Now what I do? I subtract these two. This is minus, this is minus, this is plus. On subtracting what I get, this is minus 6d equal to 12 and I get the value of d as minus 2. I substitute the value of d in the first equation. I write it as a plus 2 into minus 2 equals to 4. I am putting this here. So this is a minus 4 equal to 4 and I get the value of a as 8. So my first term is 8 now, right? So what I have to do now? I have to just find the value of n for this equation. So I write an equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. So 0 equals to 8 plus n minus 1 into minus 2. I shift 8 on the left side, this is minus 8 equal to n minus 1 into minus 2. I divide this minus 2 this side, so this is minus 8 upon minus 2. This cancels out, this is 4 equal to n minus 1 and I get the value of n as 5. So it means if we continue to write the AP, if we continue to write the given AP, then what will happen? This 0 will come at the 5th place. This means the 0 will be the 5th term of an AP. Right, dear friends? So this was about the n term and some of the questions from exercise 5.2. There are some more questions which are left in this exercise. We'll try to cover up those questions in the next lecture. Till then, stay tuned. That's all from my side. Take care. Goodbye. Don't forget to share and subscribe to my channel. Right, dear friends? Okay, goodbye.